My shirt, y'all. Kindness is free, right?
Apparently not in this house.
Stop it. All right. Hi again. My name is Rebel, and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today, this is kind of a unique video for us. We have our first sponsor, the Munbyn printer, thermal printer, reached out to us and asked if we would, do a video for them. And y'all, we had already been using them for over a year, so it was an easy yes for us. And so we're really excited. So we're going to combine the video with a ship with me because, we're using their printer, which Robert's been using it for over a year here, and we've had zero issues with it. I showed, I think, a picture, right, in in my Facebook group when we lost internet during Hurricane Helene. We had to go up to the gas station up the road. For some reason, it had better internet.
That's bothering me because it's that way.
Oh. All right. We had to go up the road that way to a gas station about a mile up the road from us because we didn't have internet, but we could get internet up there. So we packed up the Munbyn with us, went up the road. I had never used it on the computer, the laptop that I use upstairs. Plugged it in, loaded the driver for it, and it worked instantly for us. Since then, we've even figured out how to use it wirelessly.
I blame Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa, my friend that came down here to see us, and she's also in my Discord, purchased one, and her and Robert did a powwow trying to figure out how to get it to work. And it ended up being quite easy to figure out.
I watched their video, installed the app, and basically you go into the eBay app, download the label from eBay onto your phone, and then go into the Munbyn app, and grab that file, and it prints it out wirelessly.
Yep. So Munbyn offered to give us a free printer, but we don't need it.
In exchange for doing this?
Yeah, in exchange for doing this, and we don't need it. So we are going to give it to one of you guys. We're going to try to figure out one of those random generator things from comments.
It's going to be on this video.
On this video.
And leave the word printer.
Printer. Please only do it once. We'll figure out the one that, doesn't let you do this many, many, many times.
TubeBuddy has a thing where they'll do that. I've never used it. I don't know what I'm doing with this. So
yeah, we've never done this
There
before.
may be a glitch or two.
Yeah. So
worst case scenario, I will go through all the comments, get everybody that commented with the word printer, and run it through some sort of Excel generator thing.
Yep, and Munbyn has agreed to ship it from them to you guys. So we will contact you through messages to get your shipping address.
It's limited to places they ship, and I believe that's only the United States. If there's anything different in that, I'll pop it on the screen here.
Yep. We'll confirm, make sure, it still can go outside the continental U.S. But yeah, we're excited about this.
Now that you've gotten taking the picture instead of hitting record out of the way, we will get started on this part where Munbyn sent us a roll of these little labels. You can print whatever on them.
Of course, purple.
Purple. She had to have purple. And you have to remember, when you're printing on these things, you only get, I would say, black and white, but you get black and whatever the background is. So this is going to be black and purple is what you're going to get out of this. And you could print thank you or your store logo or whatever kind of thing it is that you would want on there using those labels. And they have different colors, but Rebel wanted purple, of course. This is the Munbyn app. One of the things to remember when using this printer, the one we have is a Bluetooth printer. It will not print Bluetooth from your computer to the printer. It will print from the app, like the Munbyn app, using Bluetooth to the printer. So I'm assuming tablets, our phone, iPhones. I'm going to show printing this thank you label here. It's the 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters or 2 inch by 2 inch. And going to hit use. And it's all good and wonderful. I'm going to hit print, and you have to select your printer. Mine's already selected, And I'm going to go into settings here. We'll print 5 of them. You can tell it to print slower or faster. You can turn the density up to make it a little bit darker if you want. I'll run mine up to 10. Then hit print.
Very nifty.
You tear them off and you have fancy thank you labels to stick on your packages. I've never gotten them to center up exactly perfectly. You can do an offset 1 millimeter this way or 1 millimeter that way if you want. That's close enough for me.
Yep.
We have this sitting here. You can buy a little paper box, I guess, with a spool on it to print from. That's the proper way to do it. When we print, we use these flat lay labels back here so that we didn't have to buy the printer box. It was like, I can't remember how much it was, $20 or something, and I have the room back there, so we just went with laying it flat like that. They should both work fine because we used to use the roll of labels on our other printer, on the one we've had for a long time. That's a lot more expensive.
Yep.
I do have to make a note about this work area here. I absolutely 100% guarantee you that it is always this spotless and clean and tidy, just like my desk upstairs.
Nope. Nope.
We're going to go ahead and print a label over here.
And these printers are inexpensive enough that, you know, you could probably have multiples of them. Set up one for your stickers and one for your labels and one for whatever.
One thing to make sure you do when you switch paper types, you want to hold this button down for a couple seconds till you hear that beep and you let it go. And then the printer does some sort of magic in there to figure out where the boundaries of the label are. And there you go. Nice.
Easy peasy.
Dark label. Works great. Highly recommend this printer. For the price and the quality, it can't be beat.
Nope.
So you're wearing different clothes.
I am.
Did you spill something?
No.
Are you just like one of those fancy singers that does like 6 wardrobe changes during the concert?
In the beginning of our YouTube channel, I did change shirts whenever we changed and did another video, but not anymore. No.
And once or twice, we had to add something back to a video. She made sure that she went and got the shirt out of the drawer that she wore during the video.
Yep. But no, we forgot to add something, really important stuff to this video.
But I have to add one more to that. But one thing we didn't pay attention to is her hair would be in a different place. It would be either behind her shoulders or in front of her shoulders. Yeah. So if you paid attention, it was just sort of like, how did her hair go from the back to the front? Or like those glitches you see in movies sometimes. Like with the clock on the wall that never changes time.
Yeah.
But we forgot important stuff. What did we forget?
We forgot to tell you guys, you know, down in the description of this video are going to be the links to Munbyn's printer, either through the Amazon affiliate link that we have or through the company. And what are the terms that they...
So it's cheaper to buy on Amazon. The current price right now is $79.99.
Cheap. Y'all, for a printer.
It's good. It's a good printer.
It's a good printer. And
if you go through their website, it is, I want to say it's like 109, but we have using our link, we'll get you a 20% off coupon on it, and it'll be $87.99, I think it is. Like somewhere around $87.
And they'll have all of the extra accessories there also, if you're interested in any of that stuff.
The fancy purple labels and rainbow labels and green labels, whatever color kind of labels you like that you can get.
So if you don't win the free one, then go into the video description and go get you one that way.
Or if you want 2 of them.
Exactly.
Go buy one and then get the free one.
Yes.
We're going to do a live from my parents the week of Christmas is when we're planning to do it. Not sure when, but we're going to do the drawing that week. Then. I'm not going to attempt to do the drawing live on air because that would just turn into some sort of massive fiasco. But we'll do the drawing through some sort of a tube buddy or something like that. We'll do the drawing for it for us automatically.
We'll announce it during that live show. And then we'll be able to hopefully contact whoever wins.
They'll have to contact us with their shipping information.
Yeah, that's right.
They ship to the U.S., UK, and Canada. So
not right now.
Not
No
to Canada.
Canada.
No Canada right now. So probably if you're in Canada, I guess you could win it. You just ain't ever going to get it for a long time.
For a bit. Yeah.
But if you're in some place, not one of those 3 places,
Sorry.
then you can go ahead and enter, but you're going to have to put a U.S. address and move. The printer's good. It's probably not worth moving to a different country for, though.
All right, back to the video. All right, let me show you some of the stuff that we have to pack today and ship. Right now it's 4th quarter, y'all, and I'm trying to ship every single day except Sunday because our post office isn't open on Sundays. So this is one of the items that sold. We use a lot of air pillows when we're shipping stuff. We also use bubble wrap when necessary, and I've got a couple of them. But anytime I pack a box, I make sure that it's not going to shake. It's just not going to shake. The good thing, and the thing I wanted to talk about here is, y'all, we used to use a lot of priority boxes until we switched over where Ground Advantage is our, first level of shipping. So we had to replace that priority shoebox. So we did find this box. I think we bought it from Grainger.
Grainger or Zorro. And I found out that Zorro is owned by Grainger.
Oh, that's funny. So, we buy a lot of boxes. We do, because it just makes things more easier for us. I am a volume seller. I ship a lot of items. I don't want to be going to, the Dollar General or Walmart and trying to hunt down boxes. So my nerdy husband over here sat one day right after we figured out that we were switching over to the Ground Advantage shipping and compared a whole bunch of companies to figure out where we could get the most reasonably priced boxes.
So when I did the numbers, the 2 best places to order boxes were Grainger and Zorro. And later, like I said, I found out that Zorro is actually owned by Grainger. Zorro on their website offers free shipping. Mm-hmm. But it's more expensive than buying from Grainger if you go pick it up yourself.
Pick it up.
If you go to Grainger and pick it up yourself, it's pretty much cheaper for every box size that we use just to go there and pick it up. So if you live near one, that's your best alternative. There was 1 or 2 that were very close or maybe tied between the 2. But if you don't live near a Grainger, and we don't,
Nope.
so it's a hour and a half trip for us to get to one. So we did it once to try it out, and we went to the bins that day because it was in Asheville. I'm not even sure if Grainger's open there anymore because they might have been flooded out from the hurricane.
They were near the river. If you are in the Asheville area, is Grainger open? Is the bins open? I haven't figured that out yet either.
I just saw today, this is November 23rd, that I don't even know if Asheville or all of Asheville has water back yet. And that was September 27th. And somebody said it was going to be December 15th was their best hopeful case to get water back in some of the areas there.
Yeah, it's...
But anyway, if you live near Grainger, go pick it up. That's probably going to be your best bet. They also have like a Red Pass. It's like $150 a year, and you can have it shipped to you. And if you order a lot of boxes, that will be cheaper than Zorro.
Right.
In most cases.
Yeah. All right, so that's this item. I ship a lot of stuff in small boxes. I have 4x4x4s, 6x4x4s, 8x6x4s. We use a ton. This bottle that I sold, it's soft. It's squishy. It's a vintage bottle. It needs to go in a box. And then I just throw in some air pillows so that it doesn't shake around.
Air pillows are much cheaper if you make them by yourself. We use a lot, so I bought the machine. It was like a couple years ago. It was $150, and they are significantly cheaper if you make them yourself. Put on a podcast and stand there and babysit the machine.
Yep. Oh, no. All right, clothing items. A lot of them now are also shipped Ground Advantage. We just use poly bags. Everything that I list is always stored in a clear bag, so you've got the double packaging anytime I ship clothes.
1 second. When you ship clothes like this,
yes,
sometimes it's cheaper to ship using flat rate priority. And there are 3 different versions of those. There's the cardboard letter size, the legal size, and then the padded. And depending on what you have, I almost always use the 2 cardboard ones, depending on how big the item is. And sometimes shipping West Coast stuff, it's cheaper to use that.
Yep. So always check. When you're shipping on eBay, it gives you the choices and how much it's going to be to ship that way. So especially if you see something that's over $9 or $10 shipping, like for us, if it's a 2-pound package and it's going to the West Coast, it could potentially be, or like 3 pounds, over $9. So it'd be cheaper for us to ship in one of the flat rate envelopes.
I think they're 8.78's the cheapest
Something
right now.
like
So
that.
anything over that, anything over 8.50 or so, take a look.
All right, 8x6x4 box. This was a Fisher-Price plush, but his mouth is hard. We don't want to put him in a poly bag and run the risk that this gets buried under an avalanche of boxes and the mouth gets damaged. So pack it in a box. Doesn't even need extra because it fits in there perfectly. All right, another plush. I sold my baby Gap Bear already. He sold for a lot of money, over 30. So I feel if it doesn't need to go in a box, I'm not going to put it in a box. He's just a plush, but because of the cost, I do go ahead and put it in a bubble mailer. It's a little added protection. Christmas ornament. I love these eBay boxes. They used to be the 6x4x4s, but their box is a tad bit bigger. It is 6x4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Love it when it's something that's a little bit too big for the 6x4x4s, but you know, the 8x6x4 is too big. So if you have your coupon and you're looking for a small box, definitely would encourage you to get this one. I love it.
These are nice boxes, but if you go buy them for cash, they're more expensive than you can get them through Grainger or Zorro.
Yeah. But, you know, always take advantage of your quarterly coupons. It's nice. I have an anchor store, so I get $150. And I usually stack up on those boxes and the 12x6x6s, and a lot of times the 16, 12, 8 boxes. All right, here, 6x4x4. It is a bean, but it's a vintage plush. It's a bean. I worry about this felt glasses getting damaged if I was to put it in a bag. So I'm going to go ahead and ship it in this box and throw in an air pillow just to keep it from moving around.
The vast majority of our plush go in just a poly bag.
Yep, a lot of times. We pre-boxed because then we're going to print the labels after this video. Like, this is a Christmas tapestry, but it does have the wooden rods. Again, I would not put this in a poly bag or even a bubble mailer. You know, that rod could get broken and you're going to be having an unhappy customer. So I'm just going to throw that in a box, throw in some air pillows. There are some people who do not want to use air pillows. I can honestly say we've never had an issue. Nobody's ever contacted us that said, you know, my item got damaged and the air pillows imploded. We've just never, and we've been using them over a year.
Couple of years now,
Couple
probably.
of years. So, you know, a lot of breakables, we do bubble wrap, but as fillers, you know, we will use the pillows. Sometimes I'll use paper.
I don't typically pre-pack things with air pillows. I've got some things out there that I have because it was just the best solution, because they fill void much easier for me than paper or anything like that. It's just much faster and simpler. But if it's something I don't think that I think is going to sit out there for a long time, then I prefer not to use them. But there's not a lot of stuff that I have to pack that way.
Yeah, even like with bubble wrap. Over time, you know, I'll use it sometimes to like separate dishes. They go flat over time, and then we just refix that. But while they're being stored, I don't want them, you know, clanking or getting pushed. So we'll still use the bubbles, but a lot of times we do have to replace them.
Don't forget to use geometry to your benefit. The hypotenuse is longer than the leg or the two legs. And sometimes, depending on the item, you have to like bring it up like that and void fill under it to get it to fit in a smaller box, which on something this size, it doesn't matter. But if it's in a box that's more than 12 by 12 by 12 or, you know, 36 inches, you're going to get into dimensional weight, and the bigger it gets, the more expensive it gets. So if you can angle it in there in a different way to get that box smaller, you can save yourself a lot of money on shipping.
Yep. Well, and here's an example. I have a brass piece, I'm going to wrap it in bubble wrap, and then I'm going to stuff the rest of the box with air pillows, and it should get there no problem.
Some of the brass is pokey, like a candlestick, and if you put an air pillow in there, it could puncture it. And
yeah, so I still will always initially start with bubble wrap. Here's another plush. It's got these wings. I would worry that it would get creased, you know, roll over, and, you know, I think these would leave a permanent crease in them if they accidentally got bent. So again, I'm going to use a box and stuff an air pillow in it just to fill in the void.
keeps it from bouncing.
And then this. It is just a plain old plush. It is stuffed, no beans, no nothing. But y'all, it sold for a lot of money. Oh, almost $70. It's going in a box. It just is. There's no reason not to put a very expensive plush in a box. And because it's going to be sticking up just a little bit, we always use these just so that our buyer doesn't go to open this with a knife or scissors or box cutter and cut the plush. Ever since we've started doing this, it's happened in the past, and you feel bad for them, but we use this now. We know they know pull it or be extra careful when they're opening it, and we've never had an issue. So if you don't have these, I'm pretty sure we have a link to them down in the video description.
We put that on early so for the video so we could show it to you. I normally put that right over the seam so that if they're going to open it with something sharp, they're going to have to cut through the sign that says don't do this.
Yes, yes. And we just keep a roll always over here between us so that when we're shipping, it's readily available. Didn't really sell this one, but again, we always talk about coffee mugs. I sell a lot of them.
I changed how I do it. She just realized it.
And I didn't realize he's been changing how he does it, because we used to put 2 air pillows around the handle, but it makes the package a whole lot larger. And when we switched over to no longer using the priority boxes to ship coffee mugs, we did end up buying this box. It is a 666 box. It fits most of our coffee mugs.
But it's a little smaller than the small priority box that I was shipping in, so the air pillows didn't work anymore.
Right. And so what he normally does, he says, is, you know, do a whole lot of bubble wrap around the handle and then finish wrapping it all the way around.
I do a better job than that.
Yeah. And then tape, and then it'll fit in this size box.
She would do a better job too if she was actually doing it.
This isn't helping. This isn't helping. And so that would be this item if it had sold.
Depending on the size of the coffee cup, sometimes I have to stick an air pillow or two in
around
there
the edges
to fill out the box, or sometimes on top.
All right, and then we didn't pre-pack this one, but I want it did sell. So any of you guys who have these glasses, a couple of you said you hadn't listed yours. I ended up listing mine complete, all 12 glasses. This is the original box, but y'all, it has the cup dividers in it, but it's still very shaky. So what we plan on doing is putting small bubble wrap in all the areas to keep the glasses from clanking against each other, and then we'll find a box and ship a box in a box with some more padding all the way around it. So it's hopefully won't be in any issues. But yeah, definitely if you hear something, it needs some extra protection. It really does. So that is the last item that I was going to share with you guys.
I want to say we use a lot of the air pillows. We used to use bubble wrap on a lot of stuff. We'd put one in, we use like in the 4x4 box, 4x4 box, we would put a piece of large bubble wrap, or it's medium bubble wrap actually, around something and put it in that box. The last time I looked, that's like 13 or 14 cents a sheet.
Yep.
And I can put 2 air pillows in there, making them myself. A lot of times it's 1, sometimes I do 2, but if I have to put 2 in there, it's 3 cents if I make them myself. So that saves, 10 cents per item for everything we do that for. And with the void fill, it takes about 2 air pillows to make up for 1 sheet of medium bubble wrap. And it just, over time, if you use a lot of that stuff, it's going to save a bunch of money.
Yep. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you are having great sales during this 4th quarter. And it's time to get to work. Bye.